Her nose is ruining my movie. I'm 25 years old, on the set of my first Hollywood film. It was called Walk in the Clouds, a romantic drama starring Keanu Reeves, who was fresh off of the blockbuster Speed. I had graduated from Brandeis University, fondly referred to as Jew-U, summa cum laude, and had just graduated with my MFA in acting from NYU. I had spent 3 years being cast in a zillion classic plays and was starting my professional career. And I felt invincible. But now, here I am, a kinky-haired Jewish girl from Rhode Island, standing opposite the biggest star in Hollywood, Keanu Reeves, People Magazine's most beautiful man in the world. I'm his wife, who upon returning from the war, he learns has been unfaithful. The director is Alfonso Arau, who had directed Like Water for Chocolate. This was a big studio movie. We go up to beautiful Napa Valley for 2 weeks to rehearse, and through the thrilling and dreamy rehearsals, Alfonso doesn't call me Debra. He only calls me Bella. It makes me feel so special, beautiful. Now it's my first day of filming on set. The scene is, Keanu comes home from war. We're reunited, we kiss and fall onto the bed. All is going great, but I am so nervous and excited because now it's time for the big kiss with Keanu Reeves, most beautiful man in the world. A 50-50 shot, full screen. Keanu and I in profile. First take, action. We come into frame, and all of a sudden, cut! We look over at Alfonso, slumped in his chair at the monitor, with this look of horror on his face. And he yells out, "How quickly can we get a plastic surgeon in here? Her nose is ruining my movie." I'm in shock, frozen, horrified, mortified. No one moves. He yells it again. "I can't do this. Look at this," pointing to my nose in the monitor. The crew starts laughing uncomfortably. I'm paralyzed, confused. The laughing settles, and everyone on set is just staring at Alfonso, draped down in his chair, hands over his eyes, just shaking his head. 2 minutes go by. That felt like hours. Finally, he gets up, walks over to me, puts his hand on my shoulder, and says, "Bella, this character, you are supposed to be very, very beautiful. You have to help me. Just hide your nose from camera, okay?" I'm staring at him. All I can say is, "Okay." He yells, "Reset!" I think we all go back into places and shoot the scene. I don't really remember much after that. I went into my trailer and cried. That girl who believed that she could do anything, who felt equipped with invaluable skills and proud of her education and was unreasonably confident, was gone. I felt ugly. I felt like garbage. And I felt deep shame, and was immediately transported back to, "Get to the back of the line, kike." I grew up in a small rural suburb of Rhode Island, predominantly Irish and Italian churchgoers. We were the only Jewish family on the block. I was the only Jew in my class. the most vivid memory of my 2nd grade. Our class was lining up to go to gym class. This little boy standing in front of me points to the end of the line and screams, "Get to the back of the line, kike!" Before I knew it, the boy was yanked out of line, out of class, to the principal's office. All the kids just looked at me with contempt. I didn't know what kike meant, but I did know that somehow this was my fault, and I just wanted them to bring that boy back. 4th grade. It's the day after Halloween. We walk out onto the driveway and see a freshly painted swastika on my grandfather's car. Again, I'm just remember being confused. I knew something bad had happened, but no one spoke. I could tell, besides outrage, my mom felt scared, so I felt scared. Then, wordlessly, we all went back into the house, and somehow, the car disappeared. The word anti-Semitic was a big word, a grown-up word that I learned the hard way. We were different, and people didn't like us, which was very painful for my parents who grew up in Brooklyn, where there was a huge Jewish community, neighbors looking out for each other like one big family. But my dad's job took us to Rhode Island, and my parents mourned the fact that we had a vastly different childhood. In Rhode Island, no one looked like me. I had kinky curly hair and a strong nose. I stood out, and I never felt beautiful. And so I learned how not to stand out, that there was danger in being different and other. I kept quiet at school, laid low, and just wanted to get the hell home. I stayed home a lot. My brother laid on his bed in his room, surrounded by Farrah Fawcett posters with his hand down his pants, while me and my mom watched General Hospital, ate oodles and noodles, and sang. We sang Broadway show tunes all through the house at the top of our lungs. I'm the greatest star. Of course, the first original Broadway album I learned by heart was Funny Girl.
Someday they'll clamor for my drama. Have you guessed yet who's the best yet? If you ain't, I'll tell you one more time. You bet you'll have time in all of the world so far. I am the greatest star.
And I fell madly in love with Barbra Streisand. I mean, right? Barbra Streisand was everything to me. She was Jewish, she didn't look like Farrah Fawcett, and she had a big nose. Don't Rain on My Parade was my anthem. Don't tell me not to live, I've simply got to. A star is born, and a plan was born. This Jewish girl was sure she was headed to Broadway. But then,
now I the time of my life.
there was Dirty Dancing. There was Jennifer Grey
It's a truth,
up there.
and I'm old.
Dirty Dancing made me believe that there might be a place for me in Hollywood. Jennifer Grey's baby was me. She was awkward, sexually immature, flat-chested, with frizzy hair and a very un-Hollywood nose. I saw myself, and then I was in. No, I was really in. High school plays, leads in college, master's program at NYU, and I came out feeling like, fuck you, I'm Meryl Streep. I'm the shit. And then I got my first movie. My first film with the ass-hat director who has now referred to me as that nose the entire day. We shot the close-up, and now it's the second day of filming. It's the scene where Keanu finds me in bed with a man. I come into hair and makeup at 5 in the morning. I am still so annihilated by the day before that I don't speak. The costumer comes in and shows me this pretty nightie. This is what you'll wear for the clothed version of the scene. And she turns to leave. Wait, what? The clothed version? We're shooting the scene in the nightie and then again naked. So there's a body makeup artist in your trailer waiting for you. Oh, no one told me that. The producer said this was a PG-13 movie. There's no nudity. She could see the panic on my face and very gently said, well, that's what the director and producers told me. I go to the director's room. Bella, come in. I say, good morning, Alfonso. I just was told that we're doing the scene 2 ways. And he says jauntily, yeah. Well, I didn't know that, and I was told that there would be no nudity in the movie. You know that this is my first movie, and I want to be prepared. So I was wondering if you can just explain how you want to shoot this so I have a better understanding of, are you kidding me? Who the hell do you think you are? You're an actress. You come in here and ask the director to tell you what he's planning for a scene? I'm the director. It's my movie. Your job is to get naked and say the lines. That's it. You should be grateful to have this part. Get out. And I stuttered, Alfonso, I just want to get out. I run to the producers, hyperventilating. You told me there would be no nudity in the movie. And they look at me and say, in the domestic version, Debra. Blinking like I have a seizure. I don't understand. What? We told you there would be no nudity in the domestic release. We never promised you it wouldn't be in the international release. I'm looking at these men, these Oscar-winning producers, the men I thought were my allies, and as they're talking, I imagine they're in a scene from Men in Black where snakeheads come slithering out of their ears. I'm rendered speechless. I go into my trailer where a woman is all set up to put makeup on my labia. I call my agents. Well, you have 2 choices. You can say no and they'll fire you, or you can do it and keep your job. I felt all the blood drain from my body. I powdered my rouged vagina, put my robe on, went to set. I get under the sheet, take off the robe. Alfonso comes over and says he wants to set the sheet. He lifts it, scans my naked body, then drops the sheet on top of me like a used Kleenex. He walks away without a word. Throughout the day, he made me stand only slightly covered with a sheet while he walked around me deciding his camera angles. He says nothing to me, only yells, no, cover your nipple, or cover your ass. So, it turns out, after all this trauma, the only part of my body that is seen naked in the film is my back. The whole thing was a power play, a game. And the goal? To demean me, strip me of my pride and power, make me feel on a cellular level his dominance over me. I felt violated. I went back to New York and told my agents that I would never work with that asshole again, and I certainly wasn't meant to do film. I didn't have the look. So film out, theater in. But there was a third option, sitcoms, where it's like filming a play, but no 50-50 close-ups. I was cast in a TV show called Ned and Stacy. I played a quirky, funny Jewish woman from New York. And then I got cast in another TV show playing another quirky, funny Jewish woman from New York called Will and Grace. and I looked perfect, except my breasts. After the pilot, my costume for the next episode included big chicken cutlets. I put them in my bra, and instantly I was a C-cup. I wore them for 3 weeks and then said to the costumer, "I think I look stupid. I don't want to wear them anymore." The costumer said, "Well, I think you have to. It was a note from the president of the network." I say what now? "You know what? I'm not wearing them. I should call the president." "Sure, call him and tell him that I am not wearing the boobs, and if he wants to come down here to tell me why I have to, I'll be happy to discuss it with him." I never saw those cutlets again. And Grace's/Debra's little perklets became the focus of one of the funniest episodes we ever did, the exploding water bra episode. Success out of truth. This is who I am. I have a strong nose. I have small breasts. I will never be cast as the regal British queen. I will never be the exotic beauty. I will never be the vulnerable waif. And not because there's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with Hollywood and our culture's painfully narrow definition of what a valuable, vital, beautiful woman looks like. I'm a fucking original. My nose and I have come this far, and like Barbra Streisand, I'm defiantly keeping it. A little postscript about Alfonso, the director. It's 9 years after I filmed A Walk in the Clouds. I'm walking out of a movie theater on La Brea in Los Angeles. My husband and I had just seen Along Came Polly, in which I play Ben Stiller's adulterous wife. Yeah, there's a pattern, I don't know, we'll get into that. All of a sudden I hear, "Bella! Bella!" I turn around and there is assy Alfonso, the director, running up to me. "Bella, oh, it's been so long. You were so funny in the movie. I'm so happy to see you again." And I said, "Thank you." And I turned around and I never looked back.